Welcome to the Let's Talk Data podcast series presented by SAP.
Hi, my name is Ryan Champlin, Senior Director of Product Marketing here at SAP. Let's Talk HANA is a new mini-series of the Let's Talk Data podcast that aims to explore the benefits of SAP HANA with a strong focus on concrete business outcomes. Over the course of many episodes, the series will look at the unique advantages of HANA and the impact these have had on our customers, our partners, and SAP itself. Today, I'd like to welcome Shawn Taylor, former Senior Manager of the SAP Basis Team with Canadian Pacific and current IS Release Manager. Shawn rejoined Canadian Pacific in 2014 and was an integral part of their SAP HANA transformation story. Shawn, could you give our audience a little bit more context around the role at Canadian Pacific and the deployment of HANA that you were part of?
Thanks, Ryan. My role was to steer the technical implementation, but really my SAP HANA journey started before joining. Dean Stoffel and myself brought our HANA experiences with us to CP and gave us a great insight and ability to articulate the benefits in tangible ways for the business. Though mine was an early sidecar implementation, it taught me about the great need for preparedness when approaching HANA.
Thank you for the introduction, Shawn. Let's start off hearing a little bit about the background of Canadian Pacific, or CP. Tell me a little bit about your business, the services you offer, and your customers. And also, if you could just briefly touch on the importance of rail transportation today.
Today, CP operates over 13,000 kilometers of track in Canada and the United States, supporting intermodal and freight transport. Rail transport continues to remain the safest, most cost-effective, and most environmentally sensitive way to ship. We're 1.9 to 5.5 times more fuel efficient than trucks, depending on commodity and length of our haul. Intermodal services provide fluid railway operations, international, domestic, and for cross-border shipping. We serve agriculture, food product, forest, energy, automotive, and many other markets. At the core of what we do and the communities we serve is safety. We're proud to be an industry leader in safety for 14 straight years.
So clearly, Canadian Pacific has a significant impact on many people's lives as a critical piece of the supply chain here in North America. You know, one of the things I can personally relate to is the great holiday train that Canadian Pacific runs during the holiday season, where they have live musical artists right on the train. In fact, the train pulls up to many different cities across North America, and the side of the boxcar literally folds down, and a live band steps out and plays for like half an hour. And it happens to come through the city where I live, and we attend each year. And it's a fantastic fundraiser that Canadian Pacific does for each community, as there's a food drive attached to that for everybody who attends to bring some non-perishable goods. And then Canadian Pacific also donates additional money to the local food bank. So this is just a really great thing and a great organization that you work for. So for those of you listening today, I'd encourage you to take a look online at Canadian Pacific's website and search for the holiday train and see if they happen to come to a city near you. Fantastic organization. So thanks for sharing a little bit more, Shawn, about what you do and your customers. Now that we know a little bit more about Canadian Pacific, could you talk a little bit about innovation in the railway industry and specifically what Canadian Pacific is doing as a leader in your industry?
Certainly. So predictive analytics for technology-driven train inspection program is one of those key things that are emerging. Patented predictive analytic technology enabling CP to anticipate issues and take preventative measures. The value to our customers for predictive analytics is that it helps us move their goods faster, safer, and more efficiently than ever before. Innovation in safety, from locomotive simulators to emergency management software to virtual classrooms for augmented reality. Innovation in the service we offer, RPA to automate high volume tasks, temperature manage containers, and enhance visibility to provide our customers with near real-time information and analytics. We're always innovating to reduce disruptions and drive technology improvements in the rail. And recently, we've introduced an innovation team.
That's fantastic. Now, let's talk a little bit more specifically about where SAP fits into the story. I know you run many of your mission-critical business applications on SAP software, and today these systems run on SAP HANA. Could you talk a little bit more about your digital transformation journey and the challenges that led you to using SAP HANA?
Beginning in 2012, CP started to insource its IT. While insourcing, we needed to consolidate data, systems, infrastructure, and increase capacity, and to improve our operational control while ensuring safety and optimizing our costs. Part of this journey was selecting the foundational architecture which we run our systems, SAP, Cisco, Intel.
So Shawn, could you elaborate a little bit more on some of the challenges that you had before and how HANA is helping you solve them?
Certainly. So solving our IT complexity and application management costs, utilizing a common solution architecture, we could maximize our vendor relationships, our team's individual skills, and simplify our management. Another challenge we faced was our reliability and application uptime. Our approach over the original 20-month implementation for migrating all of our SAP solutions allowed us to build upon each success until when our most critical systems were migrated, that each of these requirements around reliability and application uptime were solved with the less critical system. So in a sense, we retooled our team while delivering the solution. Another problem that you can face is maintaining your employee and community safety while increasing the service levels and rail capacity. This is being done through our predictive analytics and other initiatives. The decisions we made to reduce complexity, increase reliability, maximize our team's talents, improve our SLA, address the today, but also address the tomorrow. Our leadership had to look at all of this and not slow down the current application delivery. CP made the decision that our foundational database for all of our business applications would be HANA. Our planning horizon included the implementation, 3 years, and then 5 years and beyond.
All right, so you made the choice to pick HANA as part of your foundational architecture for at least your business critical applications running SAP. So could you talk a little bit about some of the other ways that you're using HANA today as well?
Certainly. One of our unique ways we've used SAP HANA is to provide a single pane of glass into our data as a data virtualization mechanism. It is very important for us to shrink our overall data footprint and reduce our data redundancy. SAP's data compression certainly helps with the data stored in HANA, but we also leverage SAP HANA Smart Data Access to federate queries to other systems of record. This provides the business with real-time access to data and reduces data redundancy. This also greatly simplifies data security, as we don't need to replicate security models in multiple places. We can just set this up one time in HANA and apply it to data that is in HANA or coming from other systems.
So Shawn, this is just a really great example of how HANA can help simplify the data landscape and the built-in capabilities that we have to connect or collect data using HANA Smart Data Access or Smart Data Integration. And these are all capabilities built into the platform, so separate integration tools aren't really needed in that case. And this can really give IT a lot of flexibility when it comes to how they manage the data and present it to the business. Now, I know you also have some custom applications that you've built on HANA, leveraging the extended application services, or what we call XSA. Could you give us one example of one of these custom applications and how it benefited Canadian Pacific?
Sure. One example is our car repair billing application. All railroads have an industry obligation to identify and share defect information on cars in need of repair. Once flagged as such, the company in current possession of the car will carry out the repair. If we carry out the repair and don't make the billing information and updated repair completion information out fast enough to the regulator in the industry, then the same repair will be carried out by the next company in possession of the car. This results in the second repair being paid for, while the first was carried out without being compensated. So while we are protecting the public in the industry, my business may be losing money. Nightly batch processing on the older database systems, pre-HANA, could not be relied upon to capture and run the batch processing fast enough to process this information, ensuring timely repair updates were sent before the next interchange. Having a reliable and discrete batch window is imperative for business functions like these. Another general example was our BW data generation. Our BW processing underwent a complete paradigm shift to where we could shift from nightly to hourly and even more frequent data loading. The use of HANA XSA, along with just the sheer power and processing of HANA, enables near real-time analytics, enabling our business to make better decisions based on current information.
So you've really got a broad set of scenarios that you've used HANA for, from the runtime database for your SAP applications to the underpinning of BW for some of your data warehousing, and then also just for custom applications that you built, like the repair billing application. So now we've talked a little bit about some of the challenges and the use cases that you have. Could you share some of the benefits that the business has actually been able to realize from the use of HANA in all these different scenarios?
Certainly. First and foremost is happier customers, internally and externally. Easy access to information at their fingertips, their ability to access more information quicker, real-time insights for our customers about their shipments and impacts if there are delays. This allows them to trust our delivery, make their own plans, deliver to their customers. Think of your delivery over the recent holidays. How often did you track it in real time? Could you see progress? Did you make a decision of your availability as the delivery was imminent or delayed?
Certainly all the time, but I really don't think about whether it's on a plane or a train or an automobile or how that package is getting to me or how you're keeping track of it along the way. But I know I'm frustrated when the delivery date is wrong or it's not being updated frequently. So, improving access to data in real time must have really improved many aspects of the business and affected your customers and partners as well. Do you have some specific examples or metrics you could share with us on the impact HANA's had on some of your customers and the business as well?
Certainly. Improved performance and response time. HANA has boosted our application performance 15 to 20%. Business continuity and improved system reliability to almost eliminate disruptions to our business. We're 8 times faster when we start, going from 2+ hours on a cold start to 20 minutes. We have happier customers and employees. Maybe they don't realize it, but I'm sure they would be disappointed if it wasn't. So sometimes it's not what they notice, it's what they don't notice. Often our technical teams notice the failover, not the business. They just keep working. We're also talking about improved safety, which is critical at CP. The earlier statistics illustrate our results founded on a commitment to safety, not just in the field, but with IS. Having a reliance on a safety-critical system being there when you need them ensures our ability to bring everyone home safe.
So, are there any other benefits that you've realized beyond those that you'd like to share with us today?
Sure. Having the HA and DR as an integrated part of the overall solution ensures we are not working to combine different options or technologies to achieve our business continuity goals. We're not adding costs for extra licensing for HA or DR, and are always production ready, no matter our patch or release strategy.
So it sounds like the technology decisions you've made with HANA have built a foundation of trust with the business due to the improved stability, improved performance, and the ability to keep them working, but also working faster and more efficiently with much easier access to the data they need to make critical decisions day to day. Now, I also know that there were some impacts to your IT teams and value realized there. Could you maybe give us a few examples there as well?
Sure. New innovation. The improved efficiencies by simplifying our IT landscape and improving reliability means we're investing more of our time on innovation. We're adding value. We've been able to deliver 8 times more innovation to the business in the form of new business processes and technologies in the last few years with less staff.
So, Shawn, these are great examples of how HANA is really helping transform your business and improve the ability to innovate, be more agile, and all the while driving out further efficiencies in the business. In closing, could you maybe comment on the support you've received both from SAP as well as the broader partner ecosystem that you also work with on these projects?
Sure. SAP Max Attention Services helped us maximize the return on investment for SAP HANA and helped us to safeguard many of our projects that were running concurrent while we were doing the migrations, ensuring success of not one, but both functions. SAP HANA with infrastructure from Intel and Cisco are mission critical for our business. These solutions have enabled us to more rapidly deliver new solutions with great efficiency and improved business continuity.
So, Shawn, those are a few great examples. Do you have any recommendations for our audience here today when it comes to their digital transformation journey or their implementation of HANA or other applications from SAP that you can share from your experience?
Don't undertake this journey alone. Use the tools and services SAP and your hardware vendors have for you. Let them be your partner in driving your success.
Thanks, Shawn, so much for sharing your story today about Canadian Pacific. Thanks to those of you listening. And remember, this is just one in a series of Let's Talk HANA podcasts. Be sure to check back regularly for new podcast episodes and be sure to check out the other podcasts in the broader Let's Talk Data series. If you're looking for more information about SAP HANA, including more about Canadian Pacific and their use of HANA, be sure to check out sap.com/HANA. I'm Ryan Champlin from SAP, and on behalf of Shawn Taylor from Canadian Pacific, thank you so much for joining us today.